So I'm at the water treatment plant at Lake Monticello, Virginia, and I am supporting the waters with tuning forks to activate the frequency through the crystalline nature of the water that is in the highest good of anyone who comes in contact with the water, including the people, nature, environments. The water has already gone through a process of filtration before it goes down into a larger tank and it's pumped into a clear well out into the city. And so the water was basically still on top, even though it's running through the tank. So I started with a crystal tuner using an amethyst crystal and a frequency that is 4096 hertz. It's a very high pitch frequency. And I started listening to any aberrations in the tone of the sound. So as that frequency hits the frequency of the water, and I'm not touching the water, it's above the water, but it's communicating with the frequency of the water, and that's the intention. And so what I started noticing is that as I'm kind of sweeping with that crystal tuner, that the water actually starts to respond. So I started talking to the water and I said, allow me to be a conduit of these tuning forks in order to support. And so I brought a 174 hertz and another 174 hertz frequency. This is what it sounds like. Putting it around the perimeter of the waters. And within about 30 seconds to a minute, spirals started forming in the water. Its own aliveness, its own coherent nature started forming in toroidal fields, in spirals. And that's the nature of our own biology, of our own energy body, of our own structure. We have spiraling vortices of energy moving throughout our bodies in each energy center. And you can literally see, as our bodies are about 70% water, that water's intelligent, it's alive, and it responds to frequency, including the frequencies that we put in our water through our intention. So as you can see from just a 2-minute tuning, the water is already starting to spiral. This water was still before then. The water was running from underneath, moving down through gravity into a tank that's outside. And this tank is connected to this one, but as you can see, the intelligence of the water is literally spiraling a geometry. And it's talking. Look, it's like burping. So as I'm speaking, it's actually excited. Do you see how it increases its movement? It's alive. So when I'm saying I love you to the water, it gets really excited. It gets really activated. In the same way that you would say this to a child or a human, you know, how the body, which is 70% water, responds, and you say, I love you, or you're welcome here, you belong, I care about you. You see that?
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
I see your beauty, I see your sweetness, and look how it responds. The geometries are flowing out of the water. So let's see how she responds to the 174 and the 174 hertz. So we're just creating more coherence in the geometry of the water. So I'm going to play the 174 harmonically with the 528 hertz. The 174 is connected to the earth frequency, and the 528 is really connected to the heart center. And look at the different spirals that show up. They're kind of bigger and more complex. All these different spirals. Do you like it? Let me know if you like this one. I can switch to the other one. It almost looks like paisley. All right, so I'm gonna play one more. This is a harmonic between the 396, the 639, and the 963 hertz. So the water's already pretty excited and pretty activated. She's very happy.
Wow.
What does this look like to you?
Dude. Wow.
We love you, water.
I love you.
This experiment really shows me a lot about the importance of acknowledging someone else's existence, because now when I come up to the water, it's like I don't even have to say anything, but she starts dancing. And then I'll notice I'll walk across the room and then she'll be still. But I'm standing next to her right now, and just me speaking, she's making geometries. So then you notice when I start speaking about her or to her, she gets all excited. This is what happens when consciousness acknowledges itself in another. Coherence, more love, more geometry, more fluidity. And it's interesting too that the geometries are moving through the center of the flow. So like on the perimeter of the pool, it's not moving as much as it is through the center.
I'm a water operator here at the plant. I've been here for about 2 years now, and I have a pretty extensive background in water hydrology and water treatment. We're standing here at a gravity-fed filtration basin that is comprised of mixed media, anthracite coal, and sand that the water gravity feeds through. And I have never seen the water react. I've never seen it before. I've never seen anything like it. I've been operating this plant for 2 years now, and I have never seen anything like the water reacting to tuning forks. That was pretty incredible to watch.
Are you gonna bring your didgeridoo?
I'm gonna bring my didgeridoo and I'm gonna didge the water up.
So what do you think about the idea of the water needing flow and circulation to get information through?
I think it's pretty valid. I think it kind of opens a whole area of introspection when it comes to movement and stagnation, and I think it's very interesting what I just observed, and I would like to know more and continue to experiment, and I encourage anyone else to do the same.